In this video, we're going to be evaluating functions from a graph. In our last set of notes, we evaluated functions algebraically. So we looked at their equations and put in an input to find our output value. Today, instead of looking at the equation for a function, we're going to be looking at the graph of a function. But it's still true that x is our input and y is our output. And when we're talking about function notation, we don't usually call these x and y. We would call them x and f of x, because f of x is what we get back out as an answer after you put in an x value. So when I'm evaluating this function, I'm looking at this squiggle here on the graph. So I'm going to highlight that in pink. This is the part that I'm interested in. When I'm being asked to find f of 3, that tells me my input, or my x value, is 3. And I'm trying to find the y value. On my graph, I'm going to find where my x value is 3. That's right here. And when I'm evaluating this pink function at 3, in order to hit a point on that function, I'm going to follow my 3 line all the way up until I hit this point right here. This point has an x value of 3, and my y value is also 3. So f of 3 is equal to 3. For the next one, we are finding f of negative 3. So on my graph, I'm going to go where x is negative 3. And I'm trying to evaluate my pink function here. So where x is negative 3, I don't have to go up or down at all to hit that function. I have a point on that pink line right here. So when my x value is negative 3, my y value is 0. So f of negative 3 equals 0. And we can write these as ordered pairs. So instead of saying f of 3 equals 3, I could write this as my x value was 3, my y value was 3. Instead of writing f of negative 3 equals 0, this one can be written as my x value is negative 3, my y value is 0. The next two, I want you to pause the video and try on your own right now. When we look at these next problems, they're asking us to go backwards. They're asking us to find the x value when f of x is equal to 3. And we know f of x is the same as y. So they're telling us our y value is 3. What is the x value when that happens? So on my graph, I'm going to find a y value of 3. That happens right here. And I'm still evaluating my pink function. So when my y value is 3, in order to hit a point on that function, I need to move to the right, and that point is right here. So when my y value is 3, my x value is 3. So I would say x equals 3. The next one is asking us to find x when f of x equals negative 4. This one I want you to try on your own. So pause the video, try it out, see if you can find out what x equals when f of x is negative 4. And for our last one, we are finding x when f of x equals 2. So again, f of x is the same as y. So on my graph, I'm going to look at where y equals 2. And in order to hit a point on my pink function, I have to move to the right. There's a point right here. But if I keep going, there's another point on that line where y equals 2, right here. So in this case, I'm going to have two answers. When my y value is 2, my x value is 2, for that first point. And when my y value is 2, I also have an x value of 4. So x equals 2 and x equals 4 for this one. So make sure you try those 3 problems and see me to check your answers and get your next practice assignment.